On our roadways, a very active start to your morning. Within the last few minutes, we got reports of a new accident, a vehicle fire I-55 northbound at mile marker 2 that's just past La Place. Now, the vehicle fire has been extinguished and it's not blocking any lanes. It's off to the shoulder, but definitely seeing some residual delays on the approach. So if you're traveling on the westbound side of the Bonnie Carey Spillway, you will start to see a little bit of a stop and go ride. Let's give you a live look at one of our cameras. This is the closest. Things seem to be moving a little bit better. This is near mile marker 210, so it looks like things are kind of swinging in the right direction. So that is the good news. A big jump on the map. We do have some restrictions on the causeway due to high winds. No motorcycles, RVs, or glass trucks are allowed on the causeway at this time. So if you're traveling between Mandeville and Metairie in either direction and you're traveling in any of these vehicles, again, motorcycles, RVs, or glass trucks, they are not allowed on the causeway at this time. Still dealing with some problems in New Orleans East. The shoulder is still blocked I-10 westbound at the base of the high-rise due to an accident there. Still seeing emergency crews on the scene. Also dealing with an accident at the intersection of Louisa and Chef, so be mindful of that. Now we'll give you a live look at that crash there. Still dealing with it off to the shoulder, not impacting your commute as you travel to the high rise, but you definitely want to take it easy because we are dealing with a lot of problems on our roadways this morning, Randy.
All right, Deja.
Bed and hitting the road, still dealing with some problems out on our roadways. Let's start with a look at our camera here. I-10 westbound at the base of the high rise, still dealing with an earlier crash that's off to the shoulder. Emergency crews remain on the scene, and we're still working to get you some more information on it. Hasn't been impacting your commute significantly, but you definitely want to use some caution on the approach because we don't want to create any other issues on our roadways. But as you travel from Reed to the flyover, consistently it's been about a 16 to 17 minute ride. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the map. If you're traveling on the North Shore, I-12, we are seeing some patchy congestion in both directions. We did have that earlier vehicle fire involving a car hauler. It has been extinguished. We are still seeing some residual delays, but right now just about 6 to 7 minutes through the backups. If you are traveling I-55 northbound, we did have an earlier vehicle fire there. It is off to the shoulder. It has been extinguished, but we're seeing some patchy congestion on the approach. So if you're traveling on the westbound side of the Bonnie Carey Spillway and heading towards I-55, just give yourself a little bit of extra time. Still dealing with some restrictions on the causeway this morning. No motorcycles, RVs, or glass trucks are allowed on the causeway bridge due to high winds. And of course, still dealing with that crash that I told you about at the westbound side of the high rise that is off to the shoulder. So active this morning, Randy, but we definitely want people to take it easy because we are seeing lots of problems so far, and we haven't even gotten to the brink of what we usually see those morning delays. I know, you've been
working hard, Deja. So hard this morning. Thank you so much.
We want to stress the importance of you being careful, maybe tacking on a little bit of extra time to your morning commute and just being vigilant as you're heading out the door. Let's go ahead and give you another live look at this crash here. This is I-10 westbound at the base of the high rise. The accident is off to the shoulder, but we have confirmed it is an accident with injury. We've just seen ambulances pull up, and not sure how many people have been injured in this crash, but we do know it's been here for a little over an hour. So again, just stressing the importance of you taking it easy out on the roadways. Right now, our delays are extending back to Morrison. So as you're heading out traveling on the westbound side of I-10, factor in some extra time. We're seeing about 7 to 8 minutes worth of delays this morning, and we do expect them to start to build. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the map. Over on the North Shore, we're still dealing with the residual effects of an earlier vehicle fire, I-12 eastbound at mile marker 70. That's between Mandeville and Lacombe. Things are improving a little bit, but on the eastbound side, still seeing a little bit of congestion, so just be mindful of that. If you're traveling between Mandeville and Metairie and you take the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway Bridge, still dealing with restrictions there. No motorcycles, RVs, or glass trucks are currently allowed on the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway Bridge due to high winds, so you definitely want to take it easy there. Also dealing with the new Surface Street crash, Allen Tucson at St. Bernard Avenue. Your right lane is blocked, and we are seeing emergency crews on the scene, so lots of things happening. And again, our major issues, I-10 westbound at the base of the high rise, that accident with injury. So please take it easy out on the roads. We are already dealing with a lot. Daryl, I'll send it over to you.
All right, Deja, a lot going.
Are much lower.
All right, Damon, thanks so much. Well, the weather definitely impacting your commute this morning. Still dealing with a very active morning commute. Still dealing with the crash I-10 westbound that's off to the shoulder on the base of the high rise. Looks like emergency crews have just cleared, but we still are seeing those vehicles that are involved off to the shoulder. So just be mindful of that. Delays right now back to Morrison. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the map. Like I mentioned earlier, still dealing with the residual effects of that crash. Delays are back to Morrison. As you're heading out, still dealing with a Surface Street crash at the intersection of Allen Tucson at St. Bernard. Your right lane is blocked there. If you're traveling between Mandeville and Metairie this morning, still dealing with some restrictions. No glass trucks, motorcycles, or RVs are allowed due to high winds. And if you are traveling along I-12, still dealing with the residual effects of that early vehicle fire, I-12 eastbound between Mandeville and Lacombe. So take it easy out there. All right, Damon, thanks so much. Well, those wet conditions definitely impacting your early morning drive. Not seeing any major accidents so far, just dealing with the residual effects of some that we've seen so far. Live look at our camera I-10 near Old Gentilly. So still dealing with those cars that were involved in that earlier crash there. I-10 westbound at the base of the high-rise, but you definitely want to take it easy. Still dealing with restrictions on the causeway as you travel between Mandeville and Metairie. So no motorcycles, no RVs, and no glass trucks as you travel north or southbound. So we just want to stress the importance, Randy, Darrell, like we mentioned, be careful out on the roads.
Absolutely.